you know, a lot of grunt work, and back in those days, like, they had these old editing machines. I don't know if they have a different way because everything's digitized now, and it's like, I guess compared to analog, I don't know if it, I don't even know what it was called, but I do know, you know, you press these big buttons on a big chunky machine, like, okay, go back. Old, you know, it was stuff DIY also, so they were unfunded, you know, they wouldn't have the same amount of money as bigger stations. But anyway. And I wound up, you know, on staff writing. I've been on staff, off staff, freelance, and after a while it does get kind of, people do move on from those pursuits, or they decide to go with other things. You don't get that much pay for that particular field, writing, reporting. You'd have to be very high level, New York Times, and even still it's not. People can have the mindset of, oh, this is really neat. For me, writing became a way to communicate, so I didn't really have pursuits of winding up in certain types of jobs, but I wound up finding a couple, but again, not that great. Actually, a lot freelance, and I was the Wilmington News Journal for real estate, which is a different type of writing, and the Newark Post in Newark, Delaware, for general beat reporter. And again, the pay was really, you know, bad and low, you know, and you kind of get itchy, like, I want to get out of here. Then the original editor who hired me from the News Journal was up here in Philly, and she called and said, how about you come up to Philly? So I wound up in Philadelphia at a place called North American Publishing Company, and that's also a special type. It's more trade magazines. You wouldn't see it on the newsstands. It's magazines created for specific industries. So that gets old, especially if in your mind you're put on a path of writing and you kind of have goals like, ooh, could I write for bigger entities? Or you know, and trade magazine writing doesn't exactly cut the mustard. You'd have to be a very practical person who thinks, I just want a job in writing to pay the bills, you know, and that gets old after a while. Also, you get tired of not being paid that well, so we'll just leave it at that, you know. Tired of the writing world and all the BS that goes with all the hard work and low pay. Writing was, though, I think, if someone sort of put down a path, they needed me to be able to communicate with a general sense of safety. Not everyone grows up learning how to communicate well, and particularly in an environment of safety. So a lot of people are afraid to voice their opinions or how they're feeling. Or I was very, very shy. And shy, it's more like very withdrawn is a better word. And, you know, a lot of things went on during my time period growing up, and that was divorce, desegregation, and drugs. Those are the first big 3Ds that all happened within the first 15 years of living. That's pretty rough on kids, you know, especially if you come from a community where most people weren't divorced. So then you're the only family, and you're, you know, and then on the flip side, everyone's, you know, like, oh, you know, bully lady took someone's husband and all that stuff. So, right. So
Really?
some birds in the street. I just saw a mouse crushed on the sidewalk, and I thought about the mouse last night in a video going through Chinatown, and it's, you know, I forget the title of that particular one, but I was walking through Chinatown on 11th, or on 10th to 11th, and then south on 11th, and there was a little mouse at the corner of Race and 10th, and technically it would be the southwest corner, and across from Jade Garden on the south side. This poor little mouse was foraging for food. It could smell something around the manhole, and it was almost being hit by the cars going south, and it was but more in line with cars going east on Race. So hopefully it's okay. Although I kind of doubt it, because he was just sort of inching around and not aware that there were cars and stuff like that. So, all right, lots of gas issues here. They've been, I guess, because of the building and construction, they've been doing a lot of line work and stuff like that. The gas company has been here like ad nauseum in front of Happy Rooster and Dan Dan. And I'm just walking past Happy Rooster right now, the red bar restaurant, whatever it is. So, oh, look at this guy. Yeah. It's a golden lab. Well, cute. Yeah. Oh. Chilly this morning. We've had mild days and then chillier days, and rain came through last night, so this morning's a little bit chilly. It's not too bad, but right. But still, it's a little bit, on the chipper side. About that, sorry. So I rarely carry change on me because I rarely use cash, and also, I only pay for my apartment. I feel badly. I wish everybody had a house and all their provisions. I don't know why we live in a world where that's not the case. But anyway.